Welcome to Down the Rabbit Hole with Eric Ebersol. You have 7 minutes, enough time to map a topic, cut to the part that matters, and run one tiny check that tells you if you actually learned it. Stick with us and we'll show you how, and do it live on something everyone owns. Welcome to Down the Rabbit Hole. I'm Eric, but listen to this. By the end of this episode, you'll have a repeatable 3-question routine you can use right away. Let's take a look. That 3-question approach is deceptively simple. When I map, I aim for 3 to 5 nodes. That's my sweet spot. Curious. 3 to 5? Short and brutal. Okay, go on. Components, timelines, causes, common errors. Those are the kinds of nodes I name. It keeps you out of trivia. Think of it like sketching a tiny city map before you and getting lost on purpose sometimes, right? That's how you find the shortcuts. I like that. Exactly. A tiny map tells you where the likely wins and the traps are. One rule I use. Name the failure modes, because those teach you where to test, and then prune fast. Ask, which bits actually change what I do? If it doesn't change your action or your decision, file it for later. Short pause, okay? 3 simple moves that'll change how you learn in minutes. Love that. Map, gap, test, map the pieces, prune to your goal, then run one tiny check. We'll walk each step and then demo it live. When I map, I try to keep the list human-sized. If I can name 5 things, I can hold them in my head and use them to guide a test. Experience shows that keeps you from wandering into trivia. Short pause. Quick clarification. What do you mean by test in this setup? 1 sentence, 1 tiny action, a compact check, a 1-sentence summary, a single experiment, or a short question you answer without looking things up. It has to be active, and it has to be binary enough to tell you something. I'm going to push on pruning for a second. I'm not sure I buy letting people prune themselves into blind spots. Seems risky. What if they chop out something that matters later? Fair. What's a concrete guardrail then? Do you give people a checklist or a don't prune rule? Keep one backup node, a safety you don't prune. Label it backup or deep dive later so it's visible. If a test shows you miss something big, that backup tells you where to go next. Experience shows that balance works. Exactly. Impact over completeness. If you're sprinting, shelve low-impact items. If you're cautious, keep a safety node. It's a flexible knob, not a binary rule. Short pause. So map finds the pieces, gap forces the priority, and test proves whether you actually learned it. Ready to see it applied? Pick something compact and household level so listeners can follow. Coffee is perfect. Everyone has an opinion, and there are clear parts. Yes, coffee, for a map I see. Beans, grind, water quality and temperature, brew method and timing. Toss in common misconceptions like darker means stronger, and boiling water is best. Short pause. Now, gap. What's the listener's goal? Fast, decent cup, best taste, or repeatable reliability? Pick one and prune. If you want speed, skip perfection. If you want taste, prioritize grind and temp. And the test. One tiny check you can do in under a minute. Smell the grounds. Do a 15-second timed brew. Taste 1 sip. If it's sour, you're under-extracted. If it's flat, over-extracted. That single sip points to one change. See how that fits? Map. Pick the gap that matches your goal. Then test. In under 7 minutes, you can decide whether to tinker further or call it good. Experience shows these tiny cycles compound. 3 micro-tasks to try. 1. Pick a topic and write 5 nodes in 60 seconds. 2. Pick your goal and cross out anything that doesn't change what you do. 3. Run a 1-minute test. Explain it or do a tiny action. Repeat and watch it compound. Laughing. Quick recap. Map it. Cut to the gap that matters to you. Then test with one tiny action. If it fails, you learned what to study next. If it succeeds, you saved time. Try it on a recipe, a new app feature, or a short work concept. One trade-off to call out. Speed sacrifices depth. Use this method as a compass, not a textbook. Let tests point you to the threads that deserve a deeper dive. Short pause. My quick tip. Set a tiny ritual. 3 7-minute cycles on the same topic across a week. It feels doable, and you're surprised how fast instincts form. I would love to delve deeper into habit next time, but listen to this. If you liked the episode, subscribe so you get more bite-sized methods and quick experiments. Try the 3 microtasks this week and tell us which topic you tested. One small suggestion. Try this on a software feature you avoid. 7 minutes could save you hours later. Thanks for listening to Down the Rabbit Hole. That is an interesting topic. Thanks, everyone. See you next time. And seriously, try the single test. I like that. Subscribe, experiment, have fun, and send us your little wins. We'll read a few on the next episode. Laughing. Don't be afraid to learn. You've been listening to Down the Rabbit Hole with Eric Ebersol.